Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gamestah TV. We are bringing you the final, the grand final of tonight's Cyber Game, a big one. It is going to be Valiant eSports going up against Jam Gaming. It's been a cracker of an evening, and it is sure to be a cracker of a grand final. My name is Crisis. I'm joined by Biza once again, and we're going to have JP sitting in the background looking to bring us some analysis in between rounds. Biza, this is the grand final, so it's a best of 5.
Best of 5? That's news to me, Crisis.
Surely not. Surely.
No, I'm just giving a bit of anticipation, mate. What is interesting to see is Sequential's not here. They're not in the grand final. This is the second time it's happened to them. First time, it was the gate crashes of Kenobi and friends pushing them out, and tonight it's off their own accord of the own local boys. Jam Gaming absolutely in hot form after the qualifiers, knocking them out in the semi-crisis.
Yeah, shock out of that, and I absolutely accept responsibility for assuming that they would make it through to the grand final. So Soma and the boys, B-Bears, who was actually going to be subbing in tonight for the first time, his first his first tournament playing for Sequential Gaming, don't get to feature on the stream, and it's entirely my fault. Don't feel bad, you guys. I put you on tilt.
So let's go through the brackets for tonight. We'll start with Valiant eSports. They had the bye, worked in the second round against Sentinels eSport, beat them 2-0, then pushed in to verse 0.1 hit ratio, which we covered last match, and that was quite interesting. Took them into a deadlock after a bit of timeout, boys, from the guys, but they got back. They finished that off. And now Valiant eSports are into the grand final, and we go on the other side, Jam Gaming. Let's have a look at their bracket. Quite interesting. They had to play the first round in Yahtzee boys, took them out quite convincingly, 2-0. Then progressing through to take on Team Molotov, which would have been a hard battle for them. They took that out 2-1. Then that big one against Sequential Gaming, 2-0, quite convincingly. Now, I didn't see it, but it was very good play by Jam Gaming, and that results them being the grand finale, Crisis. So we're set up for a big one when the boys decide to get going.
Yeah, so just wondering where everybody is. We are in the server, and let's just have a look to see who's missing. Quite a few players actually missing. So we've got a couple from Jam Gaming in the server, and just the one from Valiant eSports. So as soon as they get in there, we will be getting things going. I wonder if Reva is still having connectivity issues, because of course we saw on stream that Reva DC'd in that final game of the semi-final.
Yeah, he was just having a bit of problems working it out. I suppose he might be resetting his PC and his internet connection. I don't know. That's what you get told to do.
Is also having problems, so that's what the Twitch chat says.
All right, we might come back when all the boys are ready to go. But there's the pre-game banter for you guys. Stick around in Twitch chat, and we'll be back with some grand final action. This is the big one, the Crisis and Biza.
Well, we have already. I'm going live now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that was just to see if you were paying attention. We didn't actually go off air. We're going to stick around because I think players have started to join. We've got Sifo jumping in, and he was one of the players that was having issues. Just wanted to check in. JP, this was your first big one, a tournament that you've watched. Just want to know how it compares to other competitive Rocket League that you've maybe caught that has caught your eye in the past.
Well, for the Australian scene, it's taking off very well, and it's good to see so many teams turning out to compete in the tournament. Obviously, we're not currently as big as the European American scenes, but I can see a big future for the Australian Rocket League scene.
Yeah, I think it's going to go great guns. What I am looking to see start to happen is possibly an Oceanic team getting themselves involved in the Rocket Royale, which is hosted by the boys from, well, I don't know if it involves European teams and North American teams.
It involves both, actually.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We've got teams like Cosmic Aftershock, Flipside, Tactics, and Complain playing in there. I think we could see teams like maybe Sequential Gaming and Jam Gaming getting up in there very soon. Actually, they're posing quite a competition in the Oceanic scene, and already we've had Sequential Gaming versus Cosmic Aftershock.
They call themselves Titanium Dank Shock.
Here we go.
Whoa, we're into the match, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sticking with us and being nice and patient. Valiant eSports and Jam Gaming, and a headbutt and a complete stymie for the first center. And that's going to set the tone, I am sure, because these two teams will be very, very closely matched here in the Oceanic region.
Yeah, they'll be very close, Crisis. We've got to... I don't know who's going to go. Whoa! Orion just nails the first one. I was just actually going to call who's going to win this one because I couldn't pick it. Valiant and Jam Gaming are so tight right now, but look at that push in, and lovely goal by the Orion player from Jam Gaming. First goal in favour of them as Didge goes for the push into the middle. It will get rebounded by Schmeevel. Crisis, do you have a favourite team or a team you want to pick for a win tonight?
No, I most certainly do not. What I do want to say, though, is this Orion from Jam Gaming has been impressing tremendously. He's up for an MVP award already from the first game, I think it was. And he is... Oh, sorry, no. In fact, I think he got beaten out by one of his... by Sifo. Yeah, in fact, Sifo was the one that got the MVP award, and I was quite surprised because Orion had an excellent game. That said, I deferred to my co-caster, and here he is scoring the first game of the evening. It took him 20 seconds, and a nice little combo from his teammate. Now he's carrying it up. Delivers the ball softly, but just too high by inches. And that was almost 2-0, Visor.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting with a lot of heat. The Jam Gaming boys just left off where they took the game off Sequential Gaming. So Valiant eSports got a lot of work to do to try and get this back. They need to be aggressive but hold a really good defensive line. Jam Orion just popping up, stopping that ball going any further into his defensive half. The flyers coming from Sifo and Didge. Another one. There's a lot of boost getting used at the moment. Cross is a shot off by Sifo. Hits the crossbar. Oh, another one as well. It'll get pushed up by Valiant eSports. That's Graphite on that. Didge will go straight back with the hit up in the air. It will reset Crisis. It is heating up here right now.
Yeah, a very, very tense couple of moments there, especially if you're a Valiant eSports fan, and you will be very happy that they managed to clear that one out. Going 2-0 down would be a serious set of momentum in favor of their opponents. Nice little double attempt on the goals as Schmeevel flew through the air. The ball sitting in the orange zone right now. Lots of pressure on from Valiant eSports. The ball going up once again. There's a 1-2 and a cross, and some nice interference from Jam Gaming to prevent the combo from filling in. An attempt from Orion goes begging. That was almost an identical shot to the previous one, but this time not able to put it in. And now having to defend again. Orion is absolutely flying across the field at the moment, Visor, in being involved in both the offensive and defensive moves quite thoroughly.
It's the battle of the defenses, these two teams. Really, whoever's got the best defense, quick respawn, and a quick attack is going to get these goals and bring them across the line. So the boys at Valiant Gaming just doing a bit of defending right now as Jam and get the spread going. Reaver will push the ball out of the goal as it comes back over by Orion. An almost shot coming from Jam, but it's get cleared out. as Ridge pops it up in the air. Someone's climbing a wall. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Sifo having a general fly for him. Something from Reba. From nothing, flips the ball into his attacking half. Time for Valiant to try and put this goal in. And it's not going to happen at the moment, Crisis. So they're in a bit of strife. A minute left on this clock. Coming up to a minute left. Are they going to get this goal?
Well, the pressure onto the blue zone. So, no, they certainly are not at this stage with 1-0 at the moment in favour of Jam Gaming. It's a best of 5 though, Bizer, so dropping the first game, sure, the momentum isn't with you, but it's not as tense, or it doesn't create as much tension as in the semis where it's a best of 5. That's a defensive move from Graphite 47 that doesn't really find its mark. The ball floats in the blue zone, but they're okay because Jam Gaming not looking to take advantage right now. 30 seconds remaining, and I think Bizer, they're going a little bit conservative. They just want to keep a goal from being scored and will be satisfied with a 1-0 victory in the first game.
Yeah, they'll be satisfied with it, but they'll try and get another one as the long ball comes through.
Ryan!
Almost takes it in as it bounces back out. That is unfortunate for Jam Gaming. Should have been 2-0 as 8 seconds are ticking. Reba takes it to the other side for the attacking half for the Valiant boys. The ball's up in the air. Gonna drop. That will be the first game over. Best of 5 Crisis going to Jam Gaming. Very strong play from them, and they're just showing why they're one of the up-and-coming teams of the Rocket League in Australia.
So Jam Gaming won 2-0 against Sequential Gaming, power ranking number 1, and now they are going 1-0 up against power ranking number 2 Valiant eSports. And
you could possibly, I was saying before, it's not going to change, but you possibly could see a change if Jam Gaming dominate this grand final, Valiant don't do anything. You could possibly see a change coming.
We may well do. So I'm just having a quick look at, going to see if I can get the power rankings up, just so that I can have a look at what the movements have been for Jam Gaming and whether they've actually been identified by the committee as...
Yeah, I think they were 5th in the power rankings last time I saw it, and that was last week.
But the thing is that what they also do is they specify teams to watch.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, surely they would have identified Jam Gaming as a team to watch. As we zoom on over and get ourselves set up, the overlays are just about ready. Yep, Jam Gaming on a 1-0 situation.
Yeah, I think we're holding it up. Someone's got a bit of issue once again, Crisis. So...
I don't mind that too much because that means we can head on over to last week's power rankings. So there'll be a new set of power rankings coming through on the 29th because these are from the 22nd. So there's 1 week in between. And at the end of that, teams to watch, Gameroos, Team 4 Not, and Team 4 Not, picked by Soma, Shmeevel, and FX. So no sign of Jam Gaming at that stage. Jam Gaming, though, were at number 3 last week in their power rankings. So they've done very, very well and are surely going to be contesting for a spot at... They'll be nudging at Valiant Esports' position. If they can beat Valiant Esports tonight, then is that going to be enough to topple them? Topple Valiant?
I don't know. JP, what do you reckon? Good old JP's not here. Honestly, it all depends how this match plays out. If it becomes a dominant force for Jam Gaming, if they take it 3-0, best of 3, and score quite heavily, or they're very aggressive with how they work, then that could possibly really push them up. But it all depends on how they go in these games tonight.
Look, the committee has been quite clear in saying that a single performance isn't enough to shift at a fundamental level the power rankings. Power rankings are not about, it's not a ladder system. It is a reflection of the dominance, the possibility and the potential for dominance that a team might have at the current time. So week by week, you won't necessarily have as rapid a shift as you might have if one team beat another in a ladder match, for example. There's not a quick exchange of positions. So look, Jam Gaming have done quite well. They finished top of the table yesterday on Sunday in the qualifiers for the Plantronics Pro League. They have made it through to the grand final here. To be fair, Valiant eSports did not take part in the qualifiers because they pre-qualified for the draft.
Yeah.
For the tournament.
It's really interesting with that. Like, they've proven in these big ones that we've been casting over the last 6 weeks that they're a really strong team. You just look at the fact that Jam Gaming didn't lose a game on Sunday's tournament, the qualifier. That just gives them the momentum at the moment. I'm sure Valiant eSports are strong, and they do deserve quite a bit of recognition in where they are, and they're in the grand final tonight. So both teams, it's just really exciting to see that they're in here tonight. Sequential's not. We're in a really, really good game. First one is with Jam Gaming, and Valiant eSports got to respond, pick this one up, and get it humming.
So we'll just do a quick couple of shout-outs. A big shout-out to Mr. Hames, who's been taking part in the Twitch chat all night long with a nice little pun there, spread that jam, he reckons. And
been using that a little bit.
So the message from JP is that Orion is having Discord troubles. So Jam not really able to communicate. That said, I think game is going to be on. They have joined the server, Biza, and we are into game number 2 of the grand final of tonight's big one.
All the boys in, the ball's being bounced off as they work it. It's in the defensive half of the Valiant boys. Straight back over, Sifo has a bit of a push, nudge, just working the ball. Follow up from Schmover will get it crossed over, but pushed out by Orion. Lovely play from that man. He's on fire at the moment. He misses the ball as he tries to go for a center. Not happening there. Sifo will come through with the touch and also probably back it up with a backflip. Ladies and gentlemen, Jam Gaming just a bit attacking at the moment. Ditch will have a fly as Orion pushes to the corner. So all the start for this first minute in Jam Gaming's half.
Yeah, a bit of an attempt from Valiant eSports to get a dunk on. That was Graphite trying to get the ball down as it floated over through the air. Reva now carrying it across the goal face, possibly trying to create some confusion with the defenders from Jam Gaming, but the boys are having none of that as Sifo gets the clear out, gets into the center of the field, setting himself up for a shot on goals that Reva has to clear out lest they go down yet another point. Bearing in mind, of course, that we've had 1 goal scored in the entire series so far. That first game was a 1-0 win for Jam Gaming. So it's quite possible that Jam, if they score another goal, will continue with their momentum that they built up in the semi-final against Sequential Gaming. Didge gets up into the air, sets the ball up. Sifo combos with him, but it's disrupted nicely by Schmeevel there. But the pressure still on the orange zone. It's not going to be let up that easily, even though Valiant eSports are defending like absolute champions right now. Now the ball swinging over Biza into the orange zone, and a chance for Valiant.
Chance for Valiant, but it just straight away gets pushed back over to the Valiant defense half. Reba goes for the push-up. Oh, no, I'll get that name right sooner or later. As they go, Didge pushes up. Lovely play by him, but we now got an open goal. Sippo will come back and push it back out for his team, Jam Gaming. We're still locked on a deadlock. The donuts are still quite real here, Crisis. The boys are having a bit of trouble getting the aerials right and pushing play. As saying that, Reva does go for a push down the goal. It's a shot off, and it's just gone wide. The Graphite will go with a follow. Schmeevel will come for a push. I've got to say, shout out to Schmeevel. He needs to start fragging because he's the typical player for a Valiant eSports that scores a lot.
Yeah, he's their chief striker. plays very, very aggressively. Graphite 47 tends to stick into the goals, up into the air. Nice defense there from Didge, making sure that there's no easy road for the aerials from Valiant to get the ball in. But Schmeevel, as you called it, Bizer comes through down from the wall. The ball centered by his teammate, and he gets a beautiful angular shot that goes straight off of his fender into the middle of the goals. Nicely played there by Schmeevel, and that is 1-0 to Valiant eSports.
So back on the board for the boys. That will feel good and release the tension.
Oh, straight
away, Orion will go with a lovely touch over the top of Schmeevel. He was a bit lost for words. So you have a look on the replay. It just sits there center. And Orion, a lovely aerial, pushes that in. I must say, Crisis, that is some dangerous shots coming from Jam Gaming. And they tied us straight back with a really quick reply.
Yeah, no shoulder sagging, I'm sure, from Valiant eSports, as they thought they'd broken the momentum, because Jam straight away gets it back. Nice little interception there from Schmeevel, puts the ball up, the lob is high, it comes off of the back wall, and 3 defenders from Valiant eSports go for that ball and make sure that it doesn't sit up for the follow-up from Jam Gaming. Open goal face now. Schmeevel gets there with the back of his car, puts it through, and puts a firm stamp on the possibilities of an MVP award with a double in very quick succession here in game number 2.
Well, Reaver and Graphite are having problems with even fragging and crossing at the moment. They're more focused on the defense, so it was really up to Schmeevel to try and push his team over the line. An opening ball goes to wide to the side. Didge will have a shot. Graphite will goalie that one out of the nets as the ball gets pushed down into the Jam's defensive half. Here comes another push from Valiant.
Oh, yeah, it sits up for ages. Sorry, Bizer, but
that's right.
That's incredible. The ball has been sitting up for ages in front of that goal post. It was wide open, but the angle just beating themselves, Valiant eSports. That said, they have a pressure right now on the orange zone, Bizer, and are looking to make that 2-1 into a 3-1. Good defense there from Orion, though, to clear the ball out.
Jam Gaming in the attacking half, Crisis, as they work a little bit of clearance work. Didge will have a shot and almost paid for that Reaver. He flipped his car the wrong way and he flips it again. He's feeling the heat at the moment. Another shot coming from Orion, just deflected off. Lovely work from Reaver. He's making up for his little blunder there. Sorry, that was Graphite's blunder, but the 10 seconds will tick. The boys from the Valiant eSports still have this lead, but Jam Gaming are spreading the love. They're going for a shot. It's up in the aerial. Last possible chance. The second one will go. That would be a drop. Graphite will make sure that goes to ground. And we have a level series here, 1-1. Valiant eSports really, really, really aggressive that half. There wasn't any, there's a lot of defending, but they were a lot aggressive. And the player for that one, Schmeevel, proving to be the force with the star striking, Crisis.
Yeah, just 2 shots on goals, but he made them count. 2 goals scored off those shots, and doing work defensively as well, picking up a save as well. So nicely played there by Schmeevel. Good play from the boys on Jam Gaming, but the series is evened up. And is this a momentum swing to Valiant eSports, or did they just manage to stave off the onslaught that has been Jam Gaming? We'll be into game number 3 of the series. It's a best of 5, so both of these teams still in with a chance no matter who wins the next game, Bizer.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. And JP, I want to grab your thoughts on both teams so far. They both got 1 match. Going to the third, which way is going to go and for what reasons?
I think if Schmeevel continues to be an offensive player and really keeps putting up shots against Jam, I think Valiant eSports will take the next game. The best way to beat an aggressive team is to shove aggression straight back down their throats. And I think that's what Schmeevel's trying to do. He just needs to get Reaver and his teammate back in there, just putting up the shots, and they'll get many dunks on the defense.
Okay, we are 10 seconds in, and straight away the pressure is on to Valiant eSports, and Jam Didge comes through and puts it away. with an excellent piece of play, a very, very rapid set of scoring there, beating 3 defenders. One with his first one and 2 defenders trying to pinch the ball out in the corner, and he just knocked it right past them. Nicely done. He has an opportunity though, the ball. Oh, Schmiedwald with a direct hit. That was never going to go in though. The defender just had to go vertically up there. No angle on the ball at all. And Sippo says,
I think you
hey,
called
let's
this.
make it one-way traffic, Weiser.
I think you called this just before you said Valiant eSports is just holding the onslaught that is Jam Gaming. They're just having a bit of a lull, but 2 straight goals. We're not even 30 seconds into the first into this, and they're absolutely dominating it. The boys do. Schmiedel does push it through the middle for another shot.
Beautiful solo.
Sippo!
Oh, it just goes above the crossbar. He set it up. You could see he planned that. He knocked the ball up, got himself a lob, got up into the air, and had a chance at it. Whoo! That was almost
Tell you what,
3-0.
Valiant eSports have absolutely shaken at the moment. They do have an attacking half. Schmiedel was the best chance for his team. Will bring it back after a bit of a shaky start in this third game. We are 1-1 tied in the series, 2-1 in favour of Jam Gaming right now. Schmiedel with a lovely touch, pushing that goal in crisis. It is absolutely guns blazing, pedal to the metal.
3
going
goals
nuts.
in the space of a minute, less than a minute. And the action straight away into the orange zone. The defensive move there by Sippo, but the pressure remains. Orion gets the clear though, and that is a bit of breathing room. They've held back off. Now here's Sippo with the dribble. Gets beaten though in the end there. The solo effort disrupted by Valiant eSports, but pressure still on the blue zone.
Still on the blue zone as Sippo pushes it down into the attacking half, gets cleared out by the Valiant eSport boys. Orion just going back to go as Reva gets absolutely nailed with an explosion from Sippo. Lovely play. Shot off, hits the top of the crossbar from Schmiedel. He's been very aggressive right now. Sippo will push it back in for a centre crisis. This is heading back into a Valiant's half, or maybe not. But they're very aggressive at the moment. 3 minutes ticking. This could go either way.
Yeah, Schmiedel sitting in the back in the midfield, looking for an opportunity. He gets up into the sky, just gets a touch onto it, keeps the ball in the midfield, but it's sitting up nicely in the air. There's a joust between the two teams. It goes over into the blue zone. So now Jam with an opportunity to take 2-1, turn it into 3-1 if they can. 2 players defending from Valiant eSports, making sure the ball doesn't get centered and turn the traffic around. But right now, it is back and forth between both of these teams. They have both kicked it up a notch, Weiser, and neither of them are going to go down sleeping.
Not indeed. As the fly comes from the Reaver, it'll get pushed out by Sippo, however, and back into the centre balls. The aerials are a bit loose by both teams at the moment, so there's a lot of nerves trying to settle down and trying to get a lot of plays, but I think it's the defensive pressure we've been talking about from both teams that are causing these back and forth plays. Sippo will push it into the corner for Jam Gaming. Schmiedel will push it straight back out, and we're just, I can't call back and forth all the time. But a shot comes on from Didge, and it just gets pushed out, Crisis. That is a I didn't even see that coming, but I suppose if you go back and forth, someone's going to take a pot shot.
Yeah, the ball sits up in the air enough time, somebody's going to take matters into his own hands and have a shot at goals. Doesn't turn into anything. There's yet another halo. How many saves have we had on this game? As we follow Didge getting up into the air, making sure that there's no predictable bounce of that ball at all for Valiant eSports. He gets the boost on. He's going to have a contest with, I think it was Reva that flew past there and wins it because the pressure is on the blue zone. The ball's sitting up now. It is still Didge that we're following. He looks for the cross. He gets the bounce off of the wall onto himself though and stymies the ball. Reva with the halo, and in fact picking up a saviour from that situation. Graphite 47, normally the more defensive player, but the rotations at the moment forcing Reva into that defensive role right now. And only 2 have gone through, but it's going to be 2 is enough. Another shot! Oh my goodness! Why did I say only 2? Because it's actually 3.
Caster's curse.
Long range up into the air. and
That's
beats.
a really good aerial contest. Raven and Orion both heading up there, and Orion just pushed himself up a little bit more, got that lovely touch, just guided it down into that goal. Didn't need to do much, but it was a smart play.
Yeah, up into the air yet again. Orion gets the deflection, keeps it away from his goal face. It's sitting up right now over on the side there, but still in the orange zone. Reva just misses that aerial. That's a mistake that could cost him, but he's got some cover, and the ball back to the orange zone. An opportunity for Schmeevel, goes begging. Orion gets the deflection. The goal is wide open, and Sifo is absolutely gifted that goal. It is 4-1 in Jam Gaming's favour.
Indeed, it is. Valiant eSports caught napping on that last one. And just like I said before, if it's a quick in attack and the defense is straight on, that's exactly what's going to happen. The ball does get cleared out. Orion follows up with some aerial play. Doesn't get the ball. It gets missed. 10 seconds ticking in this third game. Spoiler alert for anyone listening or watching, Jam Gaming will pick this up. And we will go to a fourth in favour. Jam Gaming 2-1. Crisis. This is awesome gaming happening by the Jam boys.
Yeah, they are putting pedal to the metals and scoring like crazy. 4-1. That is a pretty one-sided affair for the team that's third on the power rankings going up against the team second on the power rankings. Jam are really the team to watch.
Yeah, I honestly think that we're going to see a shift in the power ranking if it keeps going like this. So if Jam Gaming take the next one out, even if it's just a tight score, if they take the next one out, that's going to be it, and they possibly go second. I suppose if they're going to go first, they would have to absolutely demolish Valiant eSports, but I can't really see that happening.
Yeah, Orion with the first defensive move of his team after that centre. And goodness me, it is game on. They are 2-1 up and looking at possibly, well, they've got a chance at their first grand final victory. I'm not going to say that they're going to win it. As a goal goes begging, Orion misses it, but Sifo is there to make sure that his team gets the score on the board. And Visor, 25 seconds.
It's just like how they've been playing the whole match, and especially yesterday in the tournament. Quick goals, fast goals, very aggressive plays. This is how Jam Gaming works. They get ahead at the start, and then they'll dictate the pace from there. Crisis.
Sifo gets up into the air, as he has done several times. Nice little touch there with the undercarriage of his car to try and position it. But Ryan has to get the halo because of that shot that came from all the way across the field. He would have had plenty of time to get himself ready for it. But still, they're not always that. That doesn't make it any easier, really, to get.
4 minutes ticking on the clock. Boys just settling down and getting the booster coming up. A shot coming, and it'll just bounce straight in. Schmeevel. It'll be interesting to go to the replay to see how this turned out.
Yeah, just a deflection above the left corner, and he almost didn't get to it. There was a defender there, and the little double bounce between him and the defender in his favour in the end there. So that is 1-1, evening things up in game number 4 of the grand final.
Indeed it is. Reva with the bounce off at the back of his defensive half. Sifo just pushing it for his team back into the Jam Gaming's defensive half. Goal was left open. Sifo will go back and try to clear if he can get up on the wall. Shocking there as the boys from Valiant eSports look to try and score and be really aggressive on their attacking half. Pushing in now. Does go for the shot, Graphite, but gets cleared out by Didge. And back over to defensive half for Jam, but Sifo will have nothing to do with it as he pushes it out of his half. Orion following up the the very dangerous Orion pushes it into the goal mouth, but nothing happens.
Yeah, the folks in the group chat right now, Biza calling Orion as a potential MVP. He's having a blinder tonight. Didn't make the MVP early on, got pipped at the post by Sifo in the earlier round, but has been putting in a great performance, and that's a good defense there from Schmiebel. Had to make it to keep the scores 1-0, and he did the job. Okay, doing well on attack and on defense is all Schmiebel. He might be playing for Valiant, but he is certainly a versatile player.
Back in the defensive half for Jam Gaming as they're under a bit of pressure from Valiant eSports. Mabel just pushes that up. Graphite will try and go for a tap, but Orion will have nothing to say with that as he heads into the offensive half for his team. He's the first one there, but it's wide as the push did come from Sifo.
Little bit of a fake there.
A shot off from Sifo.
Beautiful. The fake
he pushes
from his
it out.
teammate. Oh, Orion goes up, and it was totally a fake. Puts off the Valiant eSports defenders, and that creates the opportunity for Sifo to put one in the back of the net. Brilliant nuanced play there from Jam Gaming.
Yeah, both teams, especially when they're doing the attacking, they do like to go for the first shot, and the defensive teams want to clear straight away Crisis. What happens is if they don't clear it the first time, the second time's an easy shot if the attacking team set up for it. So that's obvious, isn't it?
Get these, you end up with these situations where you've got to get more and more deeper tactics in order to get the results that you need. Nice defense there from Orion. That was a great piece of individual defending. The ball goes up, but you take one shot, you miss it, you take another, and you get it in. And this time, Graphite, who is often the silent hero on his team, gets up into the air, gets the dunk, pushes the ball in.
Stepping up at the right time, I think, there, Crisis. He's been quiet all game in all this best of five. He has been doing the goalkeeping things, but he really needed to step up as Reva has a shot on goal. Didge will clear that out just by tapping to the side. It'll get cleared to the centre. Graphite will stop that, but Sifo will follow it up. He does the jump and shoots with the side of his car, but will get deflected. Yeah, it will just get pushed out there, Crisis. Oh, God, I need to have a drink, mate. 2-0, minute ticking. Schmeevel's taking this in.
Oh, beautiful play. And once again, Graphite, he has really, you called it, mate. You said he's stepping up at the right time. Well, he's there for the right time yet again. 1 minute and 5 minutes remaining on the clock to play. And Valiant eSports are 3-2 up in this fourth game, looking to equalize the series and force Jam into a fifth game. And I have to say, if they do force a fifth game, I wonder if Jam Gaming are going to have the BNT to survive it through the pressure and prevent the reverse, well, it won't be a reverse sweep, but the comeback from Jam. From Valiant. And Valiant, Schmiebel, just as we switch to him, says, actually, this is pretty good momentum. Let's keep it going for the Valiant boys. And he puts a nice ball in. It's 4-2.
Yeah, it was a good cross by Reva. He pushed it to the side. That, if anything, that's going to be the most dangerous play when you're crossing. Just having the rebound off Schmiebel. He doesn't need an invitation to score a goal. He'll just go in there and do it. So he's very strong play as they go aggressive again. Jam Gaming just needs to get their mojo going. They will have a shot. Reva's in the way of that. He will stop that ball from going anywhere. Just touching on your comments before, Crisis, about Jam Gaming, where they can go to distance. It'll be interesting to see if they had the stamina play the 5-game series against Valiant.
Oh, that is the cruelest of goals. Graphite picks up a hat-trick out of that. A lovely little angled shot. Touches the wall. I don't know if he was intending to get it into the goal. It looked more like he was just trying to angle the ball to beat Sifo, who was challenging for it. And it worked out perfectly, floating with a nice long arc into the back of the goal. We're still with Graphite, the man of the hour, the hat-trick king, and in fact the only one to earn a hat-trick tonight. And he's doing it when it counts. Biza in game number 4 of a grand final match.
Yeah, very tight. That will be it for the 4th round, and that will go to the Valiant eSports tying it up. We're going to a Crisis, which is yeah, we're going to the 5th game. I sort of half expected us to go to a 5 games. These two teams really tight. The second, third on the power rankings. Both having some really good aerials, some good crosses. Defenses are very strong. So the 5th game will be really interesting. It's all about that first touch and the first goal in the first 30 seconds. Traditionally, Jam Gaming do that very well, but where Valiant eSports are coming in is the aggressive play throughout the middle game and to the crisis.
JP, what's your take so far on the possibilities for game number 5?
Well, it seems like gave him the commentator curse in the second game after going down 4-1 to Jam Gaming. But this game, they've managed to pick it up 8 shots to 6 against Jam Gaming, which is good to see. They've beaten Aggression with aggression, and Schmeevel with 2 goals and Graphite with 3 has managed to beat Jam Gaming. It'll be good to see them go into the 5th game of the series.
Well, straight away, guns blazing. Orion. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Did he run out of boost or what? Because the ball was sitting with a fairly decent angle for an attempt at goal, and he wasn't able to convert. So 30 seconds gone by. When the boys from Jam Gaming have won their games, they've scored very early on. And, well, that was not to be just that time round. Now Orion falling back, having to defend. He's combining with Sifo, who's going to get some twinkle toes going, carry the ball through. It gets disrupted, though, and back into the middle of the field, and an opportunity for Graphite and Schmeevel to turn things around goes bigging, because it's back in the blue zone.
Back in the Valiant eSports defensive half, Reva jumps with a lovely aerial, pushing it out. A shot comes on, hits wide. That's Orion being quite dominant, but it won't set for the boys of Jam Gaming as it gets pushed back to their attacking corner. Graphite misses the clear off the wall. Shot coming from Sippo, trying to steal the MVP from Orion. I'm still sticking with Orion if Jam Gaming get through here. Schmeevel pushes it out into an attack for their boys, but does get pushed back out.
Oh, a bit of a defensive mishap possibly there, because Orion interfered with the clear that was coming through from Sifo. Fortunately for him, nothing bad happens. Oh, that's a pinch, and that's almost... Oh, Schmeevel with an unbelievable save. Make sure that the donuts stay on the board. That was traveling at pace, Pizer.
That was absolutely crazy shot. I haven't seen many of them in these pro leagues happen, because generally you get intercepted or pushed out. So that was a really good shot by random luck, I must say, as the ball heads into the blue half. Valiant eSports on a defensive zone. It's working into the goal. Sifo for his team. Jam Gaming pick up the first, break the donuts out. They'll go the one, and they'll leave Valiant on the donut and in a bit of strife, because I said if Jam Gaming get the first, they'll open the floodgates up, and that will be the game over.
Well, we'll see if that happens. A defensive error rare from Valiant eSports there. And in fact, it was an aerial mishap that set things up for Sifo. And we might have our own aerial mishap. No, the defense is good this time from Jam Gaming, as Sifo and Orion combine in the midfield to create what may be their next opportunity. Is this going to be the floodgate? Wow, what play from Sifo! He just beats the defenders, but then beats himself by putting the ball on the crossbar. Almost a 2-0, but Valiant eSports are able to take a breath just for a moment there as they clear the ball out.
A lot of solo play from the Jam boys. Orion and Sifo are deciding that they can attack on their own, which is quite interesting. I suppose if they're good at what they do and they can solo dribble, do it. But yeah, it'd be interesting if they just linked up a little bit more. They could probably put a couple more goals on the scoreboard. They are in a defensive zone. Valiant are pushing for a score here. Minute and 40 seconds ticking on the clock. Orion goes for a jump, misses it as it gets cleared by Schmeevel. Back into defense. Deitch will hit it, a rebound. This is a really, really positive for Valiant eSports. If they can get it into a dangerous spot, it gets rebounded back out and pushed to the center. Now Jam Gaming first onto the lead. Comes from Orion
with the solo efforts.
He's wanted that goal for a very long time, Crisis, and he will grab that. Have a look, he gets flipped out as well, and well, lovely follow-up.
Yeah, Graphite did what he could to try and disrupt him, but such good control of his car. the shot was wide, but he got the angle perfectly, predicted that the ball was going to bounce absolutely at 45 degrees onto that post and back into his pathway, and he just broadsided the ball back into the goal. That's an opportunity. Graphite 47 with an unbelievable halo, and Orion is back there straight away, keeping the pressure on in the blue zone, and then falling back rapidly, using up all of his boost surely, and sitting in the goal now. 1 minute remaining. It is 2-0 Biza, and this could be a grand final victory for the first time for Jam Gaming if they're able to hold on to this lead.
Let's not count Valiant eSports out yet. They still have time to do it. They do have a shot off wherever goes wide. That possibly could have been it. As another one coming from Schmeevel. That's a great shot. It gets cleared off the end by Orion. Definitely proving his status, his claim up for the MVP for this round. And it was just going on the side. There's 30 seconds ticking. If Valiant Gaming are going to take this out, they need to score now, Crisis.
That it was a save. As good as any you will ever see, ladies and gentlemen. We caught it live on Gamestah TV, and man, Orion can pat himself on the back for never giving up. We're into the final countdown. An attempt from Schmeevel is disrupted, and I don't think that they're going to be able to score 2 goals in the last second. We've got some style points going out from Reva. But goodness me, what a performance tonight from Jam Gaming, Biza. They take the grand final.
Yeah, they do, and this just coming from their Sunday tournament and not losing a game, pushing through the grand final, definitely deserved tonight. Knocking out Sequential Gaming, that is big in itself, and then pushing through and taking the number 2 spot, Valiant eSports. Some amazing work tonight. Aerials were fantastic, really good attacking play from Orion, and Sifo did well. Didge with some really good defensive stuff. Let's not take credit away from Valiant. They came back with a lot of charisma in the way they worked. Schmeevel, very aggressive. I think it just took them a little bit to warm up, and I would put that down to not playing yesterday in the tournament because they were already automatic through. And you could almost say that the same with Sequential Gaming. So, Jam, well done tonight. That's really awesome. We need to pick an MVP. Crisis, what's the Twitch chat wanting? Who do they want? I know who I want, but who do they want?
Well, let's have a quick look at what's going on in the Twitch chat as we wrap up for the evening. Orion for MVP from JP, but he's not really like, I want to say, yeah, let's count. Okay, hashtag Orion MVP from Varco. Takai wants Sifo to get it. And look, I'm happy for Orion. Orion's had to be...
Well, Sifo's already got a nomination, doesn't he?
Yeah. So we've...
Oh, there you go.
We've got 4 nominations. We've got Warm Turd, Sifo, Reva, and Orion.
Who names himself Warm Turd?
Well, I mean...
Oh, jeez. Jeez, oh, man. Do we have a straw poll for tonight?
I'm just getting it up, mate.
Oh, you beauty. So, guys, Crisis will chuck a link up in Twitch chat for the MVP of the night. That's how Gamestah is doing it these days. We pick a player from every match that we cast. We put it in a poll, and you guys in Twitch decide who gets it for the night. And what do they get, Crisis? The winner gets...
$20 Steam credits from Gamestah.
Gotta love that. Get some. We might chuck over to JP, mate. Really, really good game by Jam Gaming. Valiant eSports doing well to come back. What's your take and your wrap up on that best of 5 there?
Yeah, well, it's good to see Valiant putting up a good fight, considering that Jam had just beaten Sequential Gaming. It's tough to go up against Jam themselves. They took it to a 5th game, which was good to see, and putting up a good fight. Unfortunately, Jam just took away the win there and won the grand final. So my vote's for Orion for the MVP, and we'll see how we go from there.
Do you think, because Sequential Gaming and Valiant eSports didn't play in the qualifiers yesterday, that might have been a lack of momentum for them tonight?
It could have something
Not
to
yesterday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's all good. I knew what you meant. Yeah, it could have something to do with it. Got a fair few games in the CGI qualifiers on Sunday, so that gives teams a fair chance to practice against some of the top teams. So that could have something to do with it. But yeah, Jam at the end of the day were just the better team and took it away over Valiant.
And let me just say that uh, Valiant, Valiant are looking. I don't know if they've actually sorted things out just yet, but as of 2 weeks ago, Valiant was saying that they don't have regular scrim partners. They play every night, but they don't necessarily scrim competitively as a full squad against other squads. Now, if they haven't been able to resolve that sort of situation before today, hopefully today is going to be a wake-up call for them, because they really need to be putting together consistent performances against the top teams and maintaining their position in the power ranking if they want to knock sequential gaming firmly off the #1 ranking. Now, there's no doubt that they have the ability, they've got the skills, and on the night, they can have the synergy that is required to get that together. But what they need to be able to do is get a consistent combination of all of those things. Well, we've had quite a lot of voting that has gone through, 31 total votes from our Twitch chat viewers, and it
really
is
close,
absolutely neck and neck between Orion and Sifo. So if you haven't voted just yet, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you 30 seconds more to get your vote in and get the decider going through. At the moment, Orion are heading the MVP stakes. And let's just see. We've got to make sure that it's only 30 seconds and not anything more than that. Because, I don't want to be a liar.
Well, you can count the 30 seconds. I'm really interested to see what happens with the power rankings and where Jam Gaming go. Do they go first? Do they topple Sequential? Do they go second and take over Valiant? And the biggest thing for me is next week in the big one Tuesday night, you're going to see some really, really crazy plays from Valiant and Sequential, because they're going to want to prove to get to the grand final, be knocked off early.
Well, we might actually be able to start talking about movement before next week's big one, because the Invite League, the Plantronics Pro League, starts on the 2nd of November, and that is this Friday.
Ooh.
So depending on how the schedule works out and that sort of thing, this is going to be an intense weekend. It could well be a massive weekend for Oceanic Rocket League when it comes to where Jam Gaming, Valiant eSports, and Sequential Gaming kick off the professional league presented by Pro League, by Plantronics. Well, let's close the voting. It has been 33 total votes. In the end, Orion takes it away from Sifo.
Lovely work.
And actually that works
poor
out,
Sifo.
that works out quite well, because Orion won the MVP on Sunday as well, and I haven't yet sent it off. So that's going to save me $2 of a stamp. He's going to have 2 coming his way.
God, you cheap Crisis.
Well, we don't want to spend money on stamps. We want to spend money on Steam credits going to players. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us. A big shout out to everybody in the Twitch chat. Make sure you hit that follow button in Twitch, because we are going to be bringing you more and more coverage, not just big ones, but the Plantronics Pro League is going to be massive, and you don't want to miss out on any of the matches. So hit that follow button in Twitch. Head on over to @Gamestah on Twitter and follow us there. Facebook.com, if that's your thing, go to facebook.com/Gamestah and give us a follow there. And don't forget the YouTube channel. Head on over, subscribe, and catch all of the VODs of the games that we cover on stream. Whether you miss them or not, you just want to relive the glory, all of the shots that take place here on Gamestah TV. They'll be up on the YouTube channel shortly after each game. Biza and JP, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Crisis. It's a lovely night. Jam Gaming, such a strong contender coming through. Really, really, really excited to see what's going to happen on the 2nd November and the rest of the big ones coming up.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, Crisis and Biza. It's good to see Jam Gaming competing with some of the top teams, and we'll see how they do in the following weeks.
All right, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crisis, Biza, Penguin, and JP. signing out.